We all are self-made. Ladies and gentlemen, have you ever stopped to think about the incredible truth that we are all self-made? Whether we rise to great heights or fall short of our dreams, we are the architects of our own lives. Success or failure is not determined by external forces, it begins within. The first principle is responsibility, owning every choice, every action, and every outcome. When we accept that we are in control, we unlock the door to unlimited potential. Our mindset is the foundation of everything we achieve. What we think, we become. If you believe you're destined for greatness, that belief shapes your actions and drives you forward. But the same is true if you allow doubt to rule your thoughts. Every great accomplishment starts with a vision, a clear picture of what you want your life to look like. Vision gives you direction, and direction keeps you moving even when the path gets tough. But vision alone isn't enough. Success requires persistence. The road will challenge you, test you, and sometimes feel impossible. It's in those moments that your determination matters most. Keep going, and you'll find that every setback is just a step closer to your goal. Finally, recognize the incredible potential that lies within you. Every person has the ability to achieve greatness, but it's up to us to harness that power. The choices we make, the habits we form, and the courage we summon define our success. Remember this: whether you succeed or fail, it's by your own hand. You are the builder of your destiny, the captain of your ship. Embrace the fact that you are self-made, and let it empower you to create a life that exceeds even your wildest dreams. Ladies and gentlemen, have you ever considered the profound truth that shapes every life, every success, and every failure? It's this: we are all self-made. Whether we rise to extraordinary heights or fall short of our potential, the outcome is determined not by chance or circumstance, but by the choices we make and the actions we take. Tonight, I invite you to explore this empowering idea. Together, we'll uncover the responsibility we hold over our lives, the power of our mindset, the clarity of vision, and the unwavering persistence required to unlock our full potential. Because the truth is, no matter where you are right now, no matter what challenges you face, you are the architect of your destiny, and that is the greatest opportunity of all. Ladies and gentlemen, have you ever stopped to consider the truth behind the phrase, "we are all self-made"? It's a concept that carries with it both incredible responsibility and profound empowerment. To fully grasp it, we must look beyond the surface of our daily lives and recognize that every decision we make, every habit we form, and every belief we hold shapes the course of our future. Success and failure are not gifts bestowed upon us by external forces. They are the direct results of our thoughts and actions. From the moment we wake up each day, we are presented with choices. Some may seem small, like deciding whether to snooze the alarm or rise on time, while others carry more obvious weight, like pursuing a new career path or stepping away from something comfortable to chase a dream. But here's the truth: no matter how big or small these choices appear, they accumulate. Over time, they define the trajectory of our lives. The first and most powerful realization is that we are responsible for ourselves. It's tempting to blame circumstances, other people, or even luck when things don't go our way, but in doing so, we give away our power. Responsibility is not a burden, it's a privilege. When we take ownership of our lives, we take control. We stop waiting for things to change and start making things happen. Responsibility begins with our thoughts. The mind is the most powerful tool we possess, yet it is often overlooked or underestimated. What we think about, we bring about. If our thoughts are filled with doubt, fear, and negativity, those feelings will shape our reality. But when we focus on possibilities, solutions, and progress, we begin to see opportunities where others see obstacles. This isn't just a theory, it's a principle that has stood the test of time. Consider the role of belief in shaping our lives. Belief is the foundation upon which action is built. If you believe you can achieve something, that belief fuels the determination and effort needed to bring it to life. On the other hand, if you believe you are destined to fail, your actions or lack thereof will reflect that belief. The good news is that belief is not fixed. It can be nurtured, strengthened, and reshaped to serve you rather than hinder you. Vision is the next critical element in the journey of becoming self-made. Every achievement begins as an idea, a vision of what could be. Without a clear vision, we drift through life without direction, reacting to circumstances rather than shaping them. Vision gives us a target to aim for, a reason to persevere when things get tough. It doesn't have to be grand at first. Even the smallest goals can provide the momentum needed to move forward. Once you have a vision, the next step is action. Here's where many falter. It's easy to dream, but it's much harder to act. Action requires courage because it involves stepping into the unknown. It requires discipline because success is rarely achieved overnight. And it requires persistence because the road is often longer and more challenging than we anticipate. But persistence is the key that separates those who succeed from those who stop short of their potential. Think about the power of small, consistent actions. You don't need to take giant leaps every day. Even the smallest steps taken consistently can lead to remarkable results. Imagine planting a seed. At first it seems insignificant, but with care, patience, and persistence, that seed grows into something extraordinary. Your actions are like those seeds. Each one may seem small in the moment, but over time they create the life you envision. One of the greatest challenges we face is overcoming fear. Fear of failure, fear of rejection, fear of change. These are the barriers that hold us back. But fear is not real. It's a construct of the mind, a projection of what might happen. The antidote to fear is action. Every time you take a step forward despite your fear, you weaken its grip. Over time, what once seemed impossible becomes achievable. Another key to success is understanding the value of time. Time is the one resource we can never replenish, yet it is often wasted. Each day presents an opportunity to invest time wisely, to learn, to grow, to take steps toward your vision. The choices you make with your time will determine the quality of your life. Are you using it to build something meaningful, or are you letting it slip away? The truth is, there will always be challenges. Life will test you. There will be moments when it feels like the odds are stacked against you. But those moments are not meant to defeat you, they are meant to strengthen you. Every setback carries with it the seeds of a comeback. Every obstacle presents an opportunity to learn and grow. Success is not about avoiding challenges, it's about facing them head-on and using them as stepping stones. And let's not forget the importance of gratitude. It's easy to focus on what we lack or what's going wrong, but gratitude shifts our perspective. It reminds us of the progress we've made, the opportunities we've been given, and the potential that lies ahead. Gratitude doesn't just make us feel good, it fuels us to keep going, to keep striving, to keep building. The most empowering aspect of being self-made is the knowledge that you are never truly stuck. At any moment you can choose to change your direction. It's never too late to dream a new dream or set a new goal. The only limitations are the ones we place on ourselves. So as you reflect on your life, remember this: you are the author of your story. Each day is a blank page, and you hold the pen. The choices you make, the thoughts you nurture, the actions you take, they are all within your control. You are not a passenger in your life, you are the driver. Embrace this truth, and you'll discover that the power to create the life you want has been within you all along. The power of vision and belief. Ladies and gentlemen, have you ever stopped to ask yourself what sets apart those who achieve greatness from those who simply drift through life? What is it that allows some people to rise above their circumstances, while others seem trapped by them? The answer lies not in luck, background, or resources, it lies in vision and belief. The human mind is the most powerful tool we possess. It is capable of envisioning a future so vivid and compelling that it drives us to overcome any obstacle in its path. Yet many of us fail to use this gift to its full potential. We get caught up in the day-to-day, focused on the immediate rather than the possible. But when we pause to imagine, to dream, and to set our sights on a goal, we unlock a force that can shape our lives in ways we never thought possible. A vision is not merely a wish or a vague hope for something better. It is a clear and vivid picture of what we want to achieve. It acts as a compass, providing direction and purpose. Without it, we are like a ship adrift at sea, carried by the currents and winds of life with no control over our destination. But with a vision, we take the helm. We steer our lives toward the future we desire, no matter how far off it may seem. The remarkable thing about vision is that it often starts small. It may begin as a fleeting thought, a passing idea of what could be. But as we nurture it, as we give it attention and clarity, it grows. It becomes a driving force that pulls us forward, compelling us to take action even in the face of doubt and uncertainty. This is where belief comes into play. Vision without belief is like planting a seed without water. It will wither and die before it has a chance to grow. Belief is the foundation that supports our vision, the unshakable conviction that what we envision is not only possible but inevitable if we are willing to work for it. Belief is not something we are born with, it is something we cultivate. It begins with the simple act of trusting ourselves, trusting that we have the ability, the resilience, and the determination to achieve our goals. This trust grows stronger with each step we take, with each small victory we achieve. Over time, it becomes a part of who we are, a guiding force that keeps us moving forward, even when the path is unclear. Now, let's consider the role of action. Vision and belief are powerful, but they are not enough on their own. They must be paired with consistent, focused action. It is through action that we bring our vision to life, turning the intangible into the tangible. Every action we take, no matter how small, is a step toward our goal. The challenge is to remain consistent, even when progress seems slow or the results are not immediately visible. This is where persistence becomes essential. Success is rarely achieved overnight. It is the result of countless hours of effort, often unnoticed and unrewarded, until one day the results become undeniable. But what happens when we face obstacles? Because make no mistake, obstacles will come. They are an inevitable part of any journey worth taking. The difference between those who succeed and those who falter lies in how they respond to these challenges. When faced with difficulty, some people see it as a sign to give up, to turn back and abandon their vision. But others see it as an opportunity to learn, to grow, and to become stronger. They understand that obstacles are not roadblocks, they are stepping stones. Each one we overcome brings us closer to our goal, teaching us valuable lessons along the way. Fear is one of the greatest obstacles we face. It manifests in many forms: fear of failure, fear of rejection, fear of the unknown. But fear is not real. It is a product of our imagination, a projection of what might happen. The antidote to fear is action. Every time we take a step forward despite our fear, we weaken its hold on us. We prove to ourselves that we are capable of more than we thought. Another key to success is focus. In today's world, distractions are everywhere. It's easy to lose sight of our vision, to be pulled in different directions by competing demands and priorities. But those who achieve greatness are the ones who remain focused on their goal, who refuse to be swayed by the noise around them. They understand that every moment spent on something that does not serve their vision is a moment lost. This brings us to the importance of time. Time is the most valuable resource we have. Unlike money or possessions, we can never get it back once it's spent. That's why it's crucial to use it wisely, to invest it in activities that bring us closer to our goals. Each day is an opportunity to move forward, to make progress, to turn our vision into reality. It's also important to surround ourselves with the right people. The company we keep has a profound impact on our mindset and our actions. When we surround ourselves with those who share our values and support our goals, we create an environment that fosters growth and success. But when we allow negativity or doubt to infiltrate our circle, it can erode our belief and derail our progress. Finally, let us not forget the importance of gratitude. It's easy to become so focused on what we're striving for that we forget to appreciate what we already have. But gratitude is a powerful force. It shifts our perspective, reminding us of the progress we've made and the opportunities we've been given. It fuels us to keep going, to keep striving, to keep building. Every great accomplishment in history began as a vision in someone's mind. It was belief, action, and persistence that brought it to life. The same is true for each of us. No matter where we are or what challenges we face, we have the power to create the life we desire. So let us dream boldly, believe deeply, and act courageously. Let us embrace the journey, knowing that every step we take brings us closer to the life we are meant to live. The law of persistence. Ladies and gentlemen, the journey of life is not a smooth road. It's a path marked by challenges, setbacks, and obstacles that test the strength of our spirit. Yet, it's in these moments of difficulty that we discover the true measure of our potential. Persistence, the unwavering commitment to keep moving forward despite adversity, is the cornerstone of every great achievement. From the earliest days of human history, those who succeeded were not always the most talented or the most privileged. They were the ones who refused to give up. They were the ones who understood that failure is not final, and that every setback carries within it the seeds of a comeback. They knew that persistence is not just an act, it is a way of thinking, a habit of the mind that keeps us focused and determined. To persist is to believe in the possibility of a better future. It is to hold fast to a vision of what can be, even when the evidence around us suggests otherwise. This is no small task. When the road ahead seems uncertain and the weight of our challenges grows heavy, it's easy to doubt ourselves, to question whether the effort is worth it. But persistence requires that we silence those doubts, that we remind ourselves why we started in the first place. Persistence begins with a clear goal. Without a goal, we lack direction, and without direction, we lack purpose. Goals give us a reason to push forward, a destination to aim for. But setting a goal is only the beginning. It's the commitment to that goal, the decision to see it through, no matter what, that determines whether we succeed or fall short. The path to any worthwhile goal is rarely a straight line. It's a winding road filled with twists and turns, highs and lows. Along the way, we encounter moments of triumph that energize us, but we also face moments of struggle that test our resolve. It's in these moments of struggle that persistence matters most. Consider the power of small, consistent actions. Success is not the result of one grand effort, it is the accumulation of countless small efforts repeated over time. Imagine a river carving its way through solid rock. The river does not achieve this feat in a day or even a year, it does so through persistence. Drop by drop, over time, it wears down even the hardest stone. In the same way, our small, consistent actions have the power to overcome even the most formidable obstacles. One of the greatest challenges to persistence is the fear of failure. Failure can feel like a definitive end, a sign that we are not capable of achieving our goals. But failure is not the opposite of success, it is a part of the journey toward it. Every failure teaches us something valuable. It shows us what doesn't work, and in doing so, brings us closer to discovering what does. The truth is, the only way to fail is to give up. As long as we keep trying, keep learning, and keep moving forward, we are still in the game. Each attempt, no matter the outcome, brings us closer to success. Persistence is the refusal to be defined by failure. It is the decision to rise after every fall, to try again with renewed determination. Another challenge we face is the lure of comfort. It's tempting to take the easy road, to settle for what is familiar and safe. But comfort is the enemy of growth. Growth requires us to step outside our comfort zones, to face uncertainty, and to take risks. Persistence is the willingness to embrace discomfort, to endure temporary difficulties for the sake of long-term gains. It's important to remember that persistence does not mean blindly continuing down a path that isn't working. It means staying committed to the goal while being flexible in the approach. If one method doesn't yield results, we must be willing to try another. Adaptability is a key component of persistence. It allows us to navigate obstacles and find new solutions when the old ones fail. Time is another critical factor in persistence. Patience and persistence go hand in hand. We live in a world that values instant results, but true success often requires time. It requires the patience to keep working, even when progress is slow. It's easy to become discouraged when we don't see immediate results, but persistence reminds us that great things take time. A farmer does not expect to harvest the day after planting. They understand that growth is a process. Support is also vital to persistence. No one achieves success alone. Surrounding ourselves with people who believe in us, who encourage us, and who remind us of our potential can make all the difference. These individuals act as a source of strength, helping us stay motivated when the going gets tough. But we must also learn to be our own source of encouragement. Self-reliance is a crucial aspect of persistence. We must develop the ability to motivate ourselves to push forward even when no one else is watching. Persistence is not a matter of brute force, it is a matter of resilience. It is about bending without breaking, about finding ways to keep going even when the odds seem stacked against us. Resilience is built through experience. Each challenge we face and overcome strengthens our ability to handle the next one. Over time, we develop a kind of mental toughness that allows us to persevere in the face of adversity. Let us not forget the role of passion and persistence. When we are deeply passionate about our goals, persistence comes more naturally. Passion fuels our determination, making it easier to stay committed even when the journey is difficult. But passion alone is not enough. It must be paired with discipline, the ability to keep working even when the initial excitement fades. Every person who has ever achieved greatness has a story of persistence. They faced obstacles, endured setbacks, and encountered moments of doubt, just like anyone else. But what set them apart was their refusal to quit. They kept going when others stopped. They believed in their vision, trusted their process, and stayed the course. And so as we reflect on our own lives, let us remember this persistence is the bridge between where we are and where we want to be. It is the key that unlocks the door to our potential. No matter how difficult the journey may seem, no matter how many times we stumble, the decision to keep going is always within our control. The mindset of success. Ladies and gentlemen, it has often been said that success begins in the mind. This truth is as old as time, yet it is frequently overlooked or misunderstood. Too many people search for success in the external world, hoping to find it in circumstances, luck, or the actions of others. But the secret lies within. The way we think determines the way we act, and the way we act determines the results we achieve. Everything we become begins with the thoughts we hold. The mind is like a fertile field, ready to grow whatever seeds are planted. If we plant seeds of positivity, possibility, and purpose, the field will yield a harvest of success and fulfillment. But if we plant seeds of doubt, fear, and negativity, the field will produce failure and regret. This is not a matter of chance or coincidence, it is a law as certain as gravity. We consider the role of belief in shaping our lives. What we believe about ourselves and our abilities becomes our reality. If we believe we are capable, strong, and deserving of success, our actions will reflect that belief. We will approach challenges with confidence, take risks with courage, and persevere with determination. But if we believe we are inadequate, unlucky, or destined to fail, our actions will reflect those beliefs as well, often leading to self-fulfilling prophecies. The belief, however, is not fixed. It can be cultivated, strengthened, and transformed. One of the most effective ways to build belief is through the power of visualization. Visualization is more than daydreaming, it is a deliberate practice of seeing yourself achieving your goals in vivid detail. When you visualize success, you train your mind to accept it as possible. You create a mental roadmap that guides your actions and decisions, aligning them with the outcome you desire. But belief alone is not enough. It must be paired with action. Too often, people mistake positive thinking for a substitute for hard work. While a positive mindset is essential, it is only the first step. Success requires consistent effort, persistence, and a willingness to embrace challenges. The combination of belief and action creates momentum, turning dreams into reality. The greatest obstacle to success is fear. Fear of failure, fear of rejection, fear of the unknown. These are the barriers that keep people from pursuing their goals. But fear is not real. It is a product of the mind, a projection of what might happen. The antidote to fear is action. Every step you take in the direction of your goal weakens fear's grip on you. With each success, no matter how small, your confidence grows and fear loses its power. The mindset of success also requires discipline. Discipline is the ability to do what needs to be done, even when you don't feel like doing it. It is the willingness to delay gratification, to forgo short-term comfort for long-term gain. Discipline is not always easy, but it is always worth it. It is the foundation of habits, and habits are what shape our lives. Habits are the building blocks of success. The small, consistent actions we take every day accumulate over time to create extraordinary results. This is why it is so important to be intentional about the habits we form. Every habit, no matter how small, either moves us closer to our goals or further away from them. By cultivating habits that align with our vision, we set ourselves on a path of continuous growth and improvement. Another key to the mindset of success is resilience. Life is not without its challenges, and the path to success is rarely a straight line. There will be setbacks, failures, and moments of doubt. Resilience is the ability to bounce back from these setbacks, to learn from them, and to keep moving forward. It is the understanding that failure is not the opposite of success, but a part of the journey toward it. Gratitude is also an essential component of the success mindset. Gratitude shifts our focus from what we lack to what we have, from what's going wrong to what's going right. It reminds us of the progress we've made, the opportunities we've been given, and the strength we possess. Gratitude fuels positivity, and positivity fuels action. When we approach life with gratitude, we attract more of the things we are grateful for. Time is one of the most valuable resources we have, and the way we use it reflects our priorities. Successful people understand the importance of managing their time effectively. They know that every moment is an opportunity to make progress, to learn, to grow, to take a step closer to their goals. Time cannot be saved or stored, it can only be spent. The question is, are we spending it wisely? Surrounding yourself with the right influences is another critical aspect of the success mindset. The people we associate with have a profound impact on our thoughts, attitudes, and actions. When we surround ourselves with individuals who uplift us, challenge us, and inspire us, we create an environment that fosters growth and achievement. Conversely, when we allow negativity, doubt, and complacency to infiltrate our circle, it can hinder our progress and dampen our spirit. Focus is perhaps one of the most underestimated aspects of success. In a world filled with distractions, the ability to concentrate on what truly matters is a rare and valuable skill. Focus is about prioritizing the important over the urgent, staying committed to your vision, even when other things compete for your attention. It's about saying no to the things that don't serve your goals so you can say yes to the things that do. Success is not about luck or talent, it is about mindset. It is about cultivating the thoughts, beliefs, and habits that lead to achievement. It is about taking responsibility for your life, refusing to be a victim of circumstance, and embracing the power you have to create your future. You have within you the potential to achieve greatness. The question is not whether you are capable, but whether you are willing. Are you willing to think differently, to act boldly, to persevere in the face of challenges? Are you willing to adopt the mindset of success and commit to the journey it requires? The principle of continuous growth. Ladies and gentlemen, in life, one of the most powerful principles we can embrace is the idea of continuous growth. It is the understanding that we are not fixed beings, bound by the limitations of our past, but rather ever-evolving individuals capable of transformation and improvement. The moment we decide to dedicate ourselves to growth, we open the door to a life of limitless possibilities. Growth is a natural law. Just as a seed is programmed to grow into a tree, we are designed to expand our abilities, deepen our understanding, and elevate our potential. Yet, unlike the seed, our growth is not automatic. It requires conscious effort. It requires the willingness to step outside our comfort zones and embrace the challenges that stretch us. The first step in continuous growth is the recognition that we are responsible for our own development. Growth does not happen by accident, it happens by intention. When we take responsibility for our progress, we gain control over the direction of our lives. We stop waiting for the right circumstances or the perfect opportunities and start creating them ourselves. At the heart of growth is learning. The human mind is a remarkable tool, capable of absorbing and processing vast amounts of information. Yet too often we fail to fully utilize this gift. We stop learning not because we've reached the limits of what we can know, but because we become complacent. But learning is not a phase, it is a lifelong endeavor. Every day offers new opportunities to learn, whether through books, experiences, or interactions with others. To grow, we must embrace curiosity. Curiosity is the spark that ignites the desire to learn. It is the drive to ask questions, seek answers, and explore new ideas. When we approach life with curiosity, we see every situation as an opportunity to gain insight and understanding. We become students of life, constantly expanding our knowledge and perspective. One of the most effective ways to foster growth is to set goals. Goals provide direction and purpose. They challenge us to reach beyond what we think is possible and push us to discover our true potential. But goals must be more than wishes. They must be specific, measurable, and actionable. When we set clear goals and work toward them with determination, we create a roadmap for our growth. The path to growth is not without obstacles. Challenges and setbacks are inevitable, but they are also essential. Growth comes from overcoming difficulties, not avoiding them. Each challenge we face is an opportunity to develop new skills, build resilience, and deepen our understanding. It is through struggle that we grow stronger and more capable. Failure is often seen as the enemy of growth, but it is, in fact, one of its greatest teachers. Every failure carries within it a lesson, a chance to learn and improve. The key is to approach failure with the right mindset. Instead of seeing it as a sign of inadequacy, we must see it as a stepping stone to success. Failure is not the end of the road, it is a part of the journey. And to grow, we must also learn to let go of limiting beliefs. These are the thoughts and assumptions that hold us back, the "I can't" and "I'm not" statements that keep us from reaching our potential. Limiting beliefs are not facts, they are stories we tell ourselves. When we challenge these beliefs and replace them with empowering ones, we break free from the constraints of our past and open ourselves to new possibilities. Discipline is another cornerstone of growth. Growth requires consistent effort over time. It is not about making a big leap once, it is about taking small, deliberate steps every day. Discipline is what keeps us moving forward, even when the path is difficult. It is the commitment to do the work, to stay focused, and to persevere in the face of challenges. A key aspect of continuous growth is adaptability. The world is constantly changing, and those who thrive are the ones who can adapt. Adaptability is the ability to adjust to new circumstances, to find solutions in the face of uncertainty, and to embrace change as an opportunity rather than a threat. When we are adaptable, we become more resilient and better equipped to navigate the complexities of life. Reflection is another essential practice for growth. Taking the time to reflect on our experiences allows us to learn from them. It helps us identify what is working and what is not, what we need to change and what we need to continue doing. Reflection is not about dwelling on the past, it is about using the past as a tool for shaping the future. The company we keep plays a significant role in our growth. Surrounding ourselves with people who inspire, challenge, and support us creates an environment that fosters development. These individuals act as mirrors, reflecting our potential and encouraging us to strive for more. Conversely, negative influences can hinder our growth, pulling us down instead of lifting us up. Gratitude is an often overlooked aspect of growth. When we approach life with gratitude, we shift our focus from what we lack to what we have. Gratitude fuels positivity, and positivity creates an environment conducive to growth. It reminds us to appreciate the progress we've made and the opportunities we've been given, motivating us to continue striving for more. Growth is not a destination, it is a journey. It is not about reaching a point where we can say, "I've grown enough." It is about continually evolving, learning, and improving. There is no limit to what we can achieve when we commit to growth. The beauty of growth is that it is available to everyone. No matter where we are or what challenges we face, we have the power to grow. It begins with the decision to pursue excellence, to strive for more, and to embrace the process of becoming the best version of ourselves. Thank you.